Hey everybody, my name's CJ, and I figured one of the first videos that I should do is a video talking about my everyday carry. So we're gonna go over the guns that I carry, the knives, and just the basic tools that I use to carry out everyday life and to, of course, stay safe. So let's get into it. All right, so let's start out with probably the thing everyone wants to know is the gun that I carry, and the one that I carry most often is the Shadow Systems MR920. And what the Shadow Systems is basically a Glock clone. Glock clones are really popular everywhere. I mean, Ruger makes some. Of course, Glock is one of the most popular guns out there. What I really like about Shadow Systems is they give you a ton of options and features that are normally kind of more custom, or that you would have to get more specialized parts and spend even more money if you got a stock Glock. You'd have to spend even more money to upgrade this to what this comes in out of the box. Some of those features include a really nice serrated slide with specialized cuts both at the front and at the back so that I can do press checks from multiple angles. I always like to make sure I'm doing my press checks every day to make sure that there's one in the chamber, because I do carry with one in the chamber. There's also a really nice bronze barrel. There really isn't anything special there. It's just, it looks really good. It is optics cut, so I have one of the SIG Romeo optics, one of the red dots up there as well. And then I also got my friend to do some stippling on it as well. This is pretty big and chunky at this point. You don't see a lot of people carrying compact guns anymore. This is what you would probably call compact. There's a lot more subcompact guns. Those are things like the Glock 43. I really like how much bigger it is than those subcompact guns because I feel like I can get a nicer grip. I have wide receiver hands, so I feel like this grip actually helps me maintain control of the firearm much better. So that's the main reason why I carry this gun every day. I carry it in a T-Rex Arms Sidecar. I did not want to be one of those guys that had buckets and buckets of holsters laying around. When I first started carrying, I decided to do a bunch of research and find kind of the best quality, or sort of the most well-known, most reliable holster that I could find, and I decided to go with T-Rex. And of course, because I love YouTube, T-Rex Arms is of course huge in the YouTube space, and so it wasn't that hard for me to make the jump to get this. And so this has been my holster for almost 5 years at this point, and it's been great. I have it with an extra mag carrier. I like carrying an extra mag because I really like having the option of clearing my gun and cycling in a new mag in case something goes wrong. Those are usually the types of malfunctions that occur with any handgun, but I don't really have those issues with this handgun at this point. But I also just like the feeling of having two 14-round mags with me at any one time, and just having around 30-ish rounds of ammo is just a really nice feeling. So I prefer to carry that. But you can also get things like tourniquets and all kinds of other things with the Sidecar holster. They have lots of options there. Moving on from that, let's talk about the knives that I carry. I do like to carry knives on my person at any given time. Not really for any kind of self-defense type of thing. I don't really want to get into a knife fight. My theory is if I get into any kind of knife fight, then I'm doing the whole concealed carry thing really, really wrong. But I do like to carry knives because of just opening things, opening boxes, wedging this thing. These things are actually a really handy tool. And whenever you start to carry a knife, you'll be really surprised with how often you actually use it. So there's one here from Precision Blades, and really I didn't get these from any online store. I always collect knives from places that I've been, so I remember where I've been. So I got this one in a random gas station in Utah. If you want to see a cool sort of travel vlog, you can check that out right over here. But I got this in a random gas station in Utah, and so I always kind of remember that trip. And then I got this one in Colorado. This one is from some company. I'll leave the link in the description in case you guys want to know. But I don't really like spending money on things that are just going to get dulled and worn out over time, but I do like to collect knives, so that's kind of a fun thing. So those are the two that I mainly carry. Moving on to the wallet, I carry basically a knockoff Ridge wallet that was given to me from a coworker a long time ago. And this is really nice. I do like the Ridge style. I used to carry a lot of things in my wallet, and then I said, you know what, let me slim it down, be a little bit more minimalistic. I only really carry, a couple of credit cards, and then my permit to carry, my license, different things like that, and that's pretty much it. So other than that, I like to keep my wallet pretty minimal and pretty just standard. I would like to upgrade probably someday to a real Ridge wallet. So Ridge, if you want to sponsor me, let me know, guys. Hit me up. Moving on to the belt, and this is definitely something that I'd like to upgrade maybe this year, and this is a Farron Tactical belt. This is a really nice belt. It keeps, obviously it keeps my pants up, but it's also rigid enough where it holds up my holster when I'm wearing it. What I would like to upgrade to is probably a Core Essentials belt. I really like those belts a lot. Those things are great, and so I'll probably end up upgrading to one of those very soon, so I don't want to spend too much time on the belt. The other thing that I carry with me on an everyday basis is my smartphone, and this is a Galaxy Note 10 Plus. This is actually getting really old at this point. So when I first bought this phone, I always like to get bigger screens and bigger batteries. Those are the main reasons that I get kind of the larger phones, and I always get my phones refurbished. This is a fun fact about me. I never like to buy new phones or finance phones. What I find is I find a phone that was brand new a couple of years ago, maybe top of the line flagship. It goes down in value pretty quickly, even just a year and a half or 2 years later. I buy that phone and then I use it for years to come. And so that's how I like to treat my phones, like I treat my cars. Don't spend a ton of money on phones, guys. You can still get really nice deals on phones, especially from Amazon, different places like that. One thing that I always like to have on me is a nice pair of earbuds, and these are the Beats Studio Buds. Beats has kind of an up and down reputation, but I do like how small these are, how compact they fit in my pocket. They have good battery life, and so I like to carry these around all day, usually in my left pocket along with my phone and my keys. But you don't really buy these for sound quality or having the, the nicest, most dynamic listening experience. You just buy them for the convenience. That's why you get nice, small earbuds. And so the goal with these is to get them as small of a package as possible. I feel like these do that, and they work really good. The other gun that I carry with me quite frequently is the Shadow Systems CR920, and that's basically the Glock 43 version Shadow Systems take on the Glock 43. I like to carry that one because it has a much smaller holster and a much smaller profile so that I can carry it in things like my gym shorts. So when I'm going out very quickly or I'm not sure what the environment is, I'm not sure what I'm going to be wearing, I like to carry that one because that one's much easier to either throw in a bag and carry it off body or just kind of adapt it to whatever outfit that I happen to be wearing that day. And so that's the main one that I carry mostly in the summertime. My MR can sometimes stay on the nightstand if I'm carrying the CR around all day long. So this one has a much more comfortable holster though. The T-Rex Arms is a much more comfortable holster than the one that I do carry around, but I still really like both options, and having the option of having a bigger gun or a smaller gun is something that I really like and really appreciate. Some things that I do like to carry sometimes, but not all the time, are things like my backpack, my AR, maybe even a ready rig of some type with some radios, some flashlights, and I like to carry all of that. This thing's heavy. Oh, I like to carry all that in this backpack right here, but honestly, this backpack pretty much deserves its own video. So if you want to see exactly what I carry in this bag with me, sometimes, not every day, you can check out this video right here.